our habitual failure to recognize thought as thought, our habitual identification with discursive thought is a primary source of human suffering. And when a person breaks this spell, an extraordinary kind of relief is available. Buddha or Jesus may have experienced in his life. So apart from just commending these phenomena to your attention, I want to say that our neglect of these phenomena as atheists puts us at a rhetorical disadvantage, because millions of people have had these experiences, and many millions more have had glimmers of them. And these experiences are often the most important and transformative moments in their lives. And if we, by definition, ignore them because of their entanglement with religion, we appear less wise than even our craziest religious opponents. Now, I don't know if the universe is, as J.B.S. Haldane said, not only stranger than we suppose, but stranger than we can suppose. But I'm pretty sure that it is stranger than we as atheists tend to represent while advocating atheism. I mean, as atheists, we tend to give people a sense, and even give ourselves a sense, that we are well on our way to purging the universe of mystery. As advocates of reason, we know that mystery is going to be with us for quite some time. In fact, there are good reasons to believe that mystery may be ineradicable from our circumstance. I mean, because however much we understand the universe, it seems like there could well always be brute facts which we can't explain, but which we must use to explain everything else. Now, this is not a problem for human life. It is not a barrier to human happiness. But we are faced with the task of convincing a myth-infatuated world that love and curiosity are sufficient, and that you don't have to delude yourself and frighten yourself with Iron Age fairy tales. This is a monumental task. I don't think there's any intellectual struggle more worthy of our efforts. This is a future absolutely worth fighting for. I think it may in fact be the only future compatible with our survival as a species. I mean, this will be a world simply where people cease to praise one another for believing things or pretending to believe things for which they have no evidence. But the only path between now and then that I can see is for us to be unremittingly honest and to advocate intellectual honesty. And it seems to me that intellectual honesty will always be more durable and deeper and more easily spread than atheism.
What are you talking about? You're embarrassing your movement. You're not talking about the cold, hard, reductionist, scientific, materialistic, naturalistic point of view. You're now slowly using a bit of technical jargon, a bit of rhetoric, a bit of semantics, a bit of sophistics. You're trying to fit a little bit of spirituality into your little movement, aren't you? Because you realize it's going to fail without it. Because the essence of human beings is we're not just physical. Because if we were, we would be doing what Richard Dawkins says, the highest rationale of our existence is the preservation of our genes. That's how we should be behaving. That's how you should act. Don't start acting like us. Because if you start acting like us, well, firstly, it shows your inferiority complex. And secondly, it just shows that your worldview is actually undermined by the behavior of human beings, which is to connect with a higher spiritual power. So while I go off and pray, why don't you go do some reproduction?